In 1859, an English scientist named Charles Darwin published a book that would revolutionize biology forever. His book, The Origin of Species, was created after his expedition to the Galapagos Islands, where he noticed slight differences between the animals on each island. The theory stated in his book explained how other species evolved over time and gradually diverged from one another. Why is a book that was made over 150 years ago still relevant? Charles Darwin was a biologist, and during the 1800s it was common knowledge that God created all life perfectly. So Darwin's theory of creatures evolving over time was not exactly accepted among anyone. He would wait until his colleague Alfred Wallace found similar evidence of his theory. After his expedition, Darwin proposed his idea to the British Association for the Advancement of Science. Evolution was accepted as a basic fact a year later. Now, if people back then could accept it as a fact, when religion was tremendously more popular, why is evolution such a controversial issue today? The answer is that many people stick to their faith stronger than they trust in the validity of science, which has led to many religious teachers to refuse to teach evolution and outright discredit it.
The question we need to ask ourselves really is, how does evolution actually affect those who follow a religion? Pope John Paul XI, the leader of the Roman Catholic Church, pronounced in a declaration the validity of the evolutionary theory. The Windsor Star, the newspaper for the University of Windsor, explains that most major religions that still use the Bible as the basis for their teachings no longer believe that it is to be taken 100% literally. In fact, many religions, Roman Catholicism included, have come to accept both the Big Bang Theory and the theory of evolution, because they see the overwhelming evidence in their favor, and they realize that these theories do not preclude God, but actually make his creations much more fascinating and wonderful. From this, we can see that those who follow religion do not necessarily need to deny something that goes against their religion, but rather find a way to coexist or work one another's ideas with their own. So the controversy of evolution doesn't seem to stem from religion itself, but from those who refuse to coexist with evolution because of their lack of trust with modern science and lack of understanding of how important the theory is. But even if evolution is just a theory, why should it matter? Well, evolution is not just a theory. We have facts to prove it, dating back hundreds of millions of years ago when the first amphibian crawled on land. Evolution should be something kids learn because it's a scientific fact, not some sort of two-sided dilemma.
Is evolution really important to learn? Gregory Poe, a physics major and a devout Christian, gives us his insight and his thoughts about evolution.
I think the people that say they don't believe in evolution don't really know what they're saying. It's a huge topic. That's like saying, I don't believe in biology. Do you not believe in the entirety of evolution, or is there some microscopic part of it that you don't like? Do you not like crawling out of the primordial ooze? Because just because you disagree with that doesn't mean you don't believe in evolution. I think at its core, it's impossible to intelligently disagree with evolution in its entirety. I mean, just look at the evidence from the last 100 years of people growing taller, or people from different climates having different attributes to fit those climates. People are not the same, and we change, whether it be our hair color, skin color, or our height. So saying that the entirety of evolution shouldn't be taught in schools, I think, is ignorant. I have grown up in the church and have been surrounded by people that might say they don't believe in evolution. All right, many of my family members say they don't believe in evolution, and yet I still think it is vital to be taught. I think that evolution, the belief that humans and other organisms change over time, is one of the most vital, significant discoveries that we've made in the last few centuries. Refusing to teach that humans change and animals change, it's significant. There's evidence for it. And just because you disagree with it doesn't mean that you shouldn't learn it. I think that if we did not teach our students about evolution, we'd be opening up a generation of ignorant people. Similar to how many people don't believe in global warming. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't give you the right to be misinformed. I think that students should be informed.
Mr. Poe comes from a religious family and a religious household, but also believes in evolution. His belief in evolution doesn't contradict with his belief in religion, and the two coincide. He has realized that religion and evolution are not one and the same, and both concepts can live side by side.
Evolution is no more controversial than gravity, said Eugene C. Scott, the executive director of the National Center for Science Education. The conclusion that the teaching of evolution should be banned is far too drastic for various reasons. Evolution as a topic is too important to ban, and that most religious students don't seem to mind evolution being taught. However, there is a small percent that are religious and believe that evolution goes against religion. Evolution, for many, doesn't go against religious beliefs, but there are a minority of religious people that don't agree with the concept of evolution, but they shouldn't be the reason why others can't learn about their origins. And additionally, it wouldn't be detrimental to religious students, as it would give them a chance to learn about the other's point of view. We wish to make it so that evolution is completely mandatory for schools to teach, to protect ourselves and the next generations from ignorance. But talking about this won't help it. We need to get it done. We need the help of students like you. Evolution is not only popular, but true. Possible ways you can help further the cause towards scientifically based education is by participating in evolution-based surveys, debates, polls, or even writing a paper or article on it. Get the word out, so we as a society aren't ignorant.